because life is difficult, as everyone with any sense knows, and because we can make that worse with our own stupidity and malevolence, it's necessary to find a sustaining meaning in life. And my sense is, and I think people tend to agree to this, is that the most sustaining meaning can be found, A, in the adoption of voluntary responsibility, so in attempts to decrease the suffering in life and to do things that are worthwhile and admirable, and to take care of yourself individually and your family, and to have a little bit left over for your community, and to have goodwill across all those dimensions if you can possibly manage it, despite the fact that there's something in life to make people relatively bitter. And then as well, the necessity of conducting yourself in a truthful manner, making also the case to my listeners, I suppose, that one of the most ancient presuppositions that underlies the structure of Western civilization, which is a very functional civilization in my estimation, is the idea derived from Genesis that truthful speech, if you confront truthful speech, if you confront potential, the chaos and potential that is in front of you with truthful speech, that you engender the order that is good. And that's a fundamental ethical dictum. It's a presupposition in some sense that the order that you bring into existence in all the choices that you make will be the best possible order in proportion to the degree that you conduct yourself in a truthful manner. And so those ideas seem to be falling on very receptive ears, and they are the most resilient ideas that I think I've ever come across. I mean, I always take an ice pick and a hammer to any idea that I encounter, and I really do that diligently because I don't want to rely on ideas that can fall apart and break, especially when they're stressed. And I haven't come across ideas that are more solid than that. I mean, the first proposition, that life is suffering and that we make it worse with our malevolence, I think everyone understands that to be true. But the second is that the best way to confront that is to shoulder responsibility voluntarily and to live in truth. I think those are even more powerful ideas, because you could say that the cure for a malaise or the treatment for a disease is more powerful than the malaise or the disease itself. And if responsibility and truth are antidotes to suffering and malevolence, then that means that they have a power that's transcendent over suffering and malevolence. And it's a very pessimistic viewpoint on the one hand, because I'm stressing for everybody that is coming to listen to me talk the fact that life has an inalienable element of difficulty and travail and suffering and all of that. And you certainly see that sort of thing when you go to a family reunion. Like a lot of my relatives, my parents' generation, they're getting old. My parents are in their 80s now, and their friends, they have friends that are older, and everyone's starting to suffer from the inevitable deterioration that's associated with old age, and it's very, very trying and very difficult for people. And it's in those situations that you see more clearly the fragility of life, and also the importance of having a family that's functional and people around you that love you, and all those things that in principle can help sustain you through difficult times.